Let's get the summoner spell count. We have summoner, observer and revive on Teemo, pro play right there. So ghost, 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 5 ghost, flash, 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 ghost, flash. So lots of mobility abilities, but actually very few ghost flash. Actually, um, only one ghost flash in the game, but there's a cleanse flash, and that will be so that you can jump into the middle of the enemy team and blow them back, even if she's crowd controlled. That if she gets jumped on, she can DR and make herself safe. Has a good play there. Loco also going cleanse for a similar reason, where if he gets jumped on, he needs to be able to get out of there. So that's fine. And plus with Orgot Swap, you can always flash backwards. So let me go ahead and get my Doran's ring, and I'm gonna hide.
So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the second game
Okay.
here of the semifinals. Team SoloMid going up against Team OhGodBears. Riot Phreak in attendance, and I'll be popping in every now and then, the FourCourtJesters. So I don't know. We've been doing this 4 hours now, Phreak, and we are behind about one game. But I mean, the hype is getting up. We are going to have the finals, best of 3 after this game.
Oh man, they found each other at mid. Feedfest is running up at mid, sees the entire enemy team. He has movement speed as well, plus 19 is... Oh wait, so John has some of that. So it looks like just quints, or just the masteries, no quints for Cho'Gath. Amumu, no move speed on him. Reginade will... Oh, and here we go, here we go. They're up in there. Lightning will land the stun. They have hit Janna, but Janna will cleanse. Urgot puts some nice damage up onto this Taric. Looks like Taric will be fine. He uses Ghost, but nothing comes of it. Okay, so all is well.
Yeah, the level 1 not nearly as exciting as we've seen before, but this Crabgot just really certainly waddles a little differently. SoloMid going to be just forming up here on the blue buff. Likely they're going to be helping out Amumu with that. He has the easily predicted cloth armor, 5 pots, and I don't know, I'm really thinking Crabgot there might go mid, might throw Reginald up top.
That's no, Cargot's gonna go top. He gets because it's a skill shot champion. He gets to use the brush to his advantage. That's usually pretty powerful. Also, in a longer lane, you can use zoning to your advantage more. So champions that typically zone, which usually aren't mages, take top. But he's gonna be fighting Aurelia now. Aurelia being melee, it's gonna make things very difficult. Does have a lot of potions and reason to and ways to regenerate. But Urgot starting out with a Meki Pendant is going to have a lot of mana to use. And plus 19 move speed, looks like he's got a utility spec as well. Yeah, indeed, not very heavy into offense spec. No plus damage there, so it's a utility spec Urgot.
We do have a lane swap going down. Aurelia's come down from the top. We do have Rise going to the top, so we'll be range on range at the top. Now Rise was just remade a little bit, and what are we going to be seeing him out of this?
So Rise, you're going to see basically the core build is Frozen Heart, Banshee's Veil. He basically gets to build plus mana and mitigation, and cooldown reduction. That's going to scale him throughout the entire game. He's going to be hard to kill. He's going to put out pretty decent damage. Um, it's just kind of the way to be. Oh man, Chaos already. Oh, and a good dodge from Rise. He's going to maybe still die though. It's pretty painful, but no, because he managed to dodge that corrosive charge, he will be able to get out of this fight quite nicely. Now, granted, he is Rise, who would have had, I believe, just Ghost and Exhaust, huh? I actually would have really expected Flash to be on him, but okay, so Ghost and Exhaust, of course, on Rise. The Ghost would help him get out if it got even scarier, but he basically just judged how much health he needed and how much he had and decided he could get out, so good play there. Lokodoko, level 3, has plenty of mana, will land that corrosive charge, almost hits Rise. Very close right there. Malzahar versus Aurelia. Aurelia is actually losing somewhat. Um, will last hit mid as best she can against this tower. Actually misses that one right there. Is now getting forced back by the Voidling and Malefic Visions combo right there. So the Crutch getting hit kind of hard. He will be able to last hit that Voidling if he wants to, but will not go for it. Will instead go for these ranged minions up in the front. And we see Feed Fest against a dancing Singe in the brush. As Udyr will recall after finishing out part of his creep camp. Let's see, Udyr is level 4, has picked up both buffs. Amumu's still in the middle of this pattern. I'm not sure what slowed him down, but...
Oh, Mumu went back to town.
I guess he did a slightly different pattern, because he's... Okay, he went back to town. That explains it then. So he went He went, I think, so that he could have boots for the lizard. I think that's what happened, where he's like, okay, I'm gonna pill here, and then buy boots, and then go gank with lizard boots. And I think that's actually a really smart way of playing it. I think it's really smart from Odd1, but he looks at the lanes and realizes there's nothing that's really easily gankable except bottom. So he's running all the way around, and of course in the fog of war, so he doesn't get spotted. He's gonna go all the way around and try to find an open gank for him. Because you see Urgot, obviously pushing V-Man back, and oh, we do have. Oh, here we go. He does have flash. And he does have cleanse. Let's see what this guy can do. He will probably. No, he will not cleanse that. Oh, there's the root. There's the cleanse flash. Can they get enough damage output? They're going back in. They're actually just charging right on in. There's the shield. Get up, Amber's getting in there. Will he get the kill first? He's got to not die. There's the kill, and he will not die to the tower. And they get in there and get the complete kill. Very good job. It looks like I don't think he even used Ghost. Because I didn't see Ghost use. Maybe it timed out. But a very good gank. And the thing is, there's a ward right there. Unless Udyr went this way, there's a ward that he should have seen him coming.
No, he definitely
Very,
saw
very
him
good
coming.
job. So already right off the bat.
But
OhGodBears off to a 1-0 lead early on. Sorry, just go.
well, it was
That's
a
all I was
timing.
saying.
It was
I'm
a timing
interrupting you.
attack. Amumu, like as you said, he went all the way down bottom. I don't know how, what kind of psychic powers they were employing, but as soon as he got up top, I mean, if Amumu had stuck around, waited for the golems, could have easily come in to stop that. But it's just bad timing on their end. So they took advantage of it, and with those boots, Udyr also had himself a pair of boots, so he did go to town before finishing off that circuit, and it did really use them, get them a good advantage. He did use Ghost basically before the first brush here at the top, so that's why it expired. But it got them the kill, so.
This is really good right here for OhGodBears. No, Udyr, no, you can stay around. They're completely zoned. Cho'Gath's are completely zoned. You should stay around and just try to bait them into something. I mean, granted, they're still falling all the way back, but why is Singe pushing the lane? They could completely deny experience for about 2 waves if Singe just didn't push this. But they still have the slightly bigger wave here because of those caster minions, so they're still going to have this lane be pushed, but right now Cho's able to leech experience from that brush. Cho can leech experience. And right now, Udyr could just run in there and say, no, you go die. Like, Singe could face check that brush, Terra could land a stun, and then Udyr would be in range to land Bear Stance. And, I mean, obviously Udyr wants to farm monsters as well and make sure he's not behind in the game, but I don't know, I feel it's a slight mistake. But V-Man with only 50 minion kills against the 28 and 40 and 37 of the other team. Does have that nice first blood gold. Actually missing a lot of less hits here. He's actually throwing his overloads out with minions against minions that have more health than that, and he's not doing as well as he should basically. But he's able to freely charge the Tear of the Goddess with every shot, which will just increase his damage by 0.4 every single time. I'm surprised he's not last hitting with Q in some of these cases. He's like auto attacking instead. Oh, we last hit with Rune Prison there. That's cute. Alright, I like how I'm just commenting last hitting. Like, oh, there's another last hit from Rise. Pressing Q and clicking a 300 hit point target. But yeah, so Aurelia coming in here, doing what she can. Oh, there we go. That's going to be dangerous. That's a nice little combo right there. And yeah, that's some nice pain going off on Reginade. That's pretty hurt. But again, like this is why I like the wow, lots of. So it looks like not 21. Looks like not 21 defense Aurelia. She does not have more than +4 armor. Does not have plus damage though, so she's basically utility tree. And I think she took exhaust, right? So I think it's improved exhaust, 21 utility, and 8 defense. I think that's the build.
Well,
For
hopefully.
the runes, probably armor penetration. And yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, hopefully it will serve her well, but she's doing her holding her own here in the mid. Look at her right now, the level 7, and has even forced Reginald back out of the lane. He is going to come back. Chaos there just holding the lane. Chaos has gone 2 fairy charms. So what can he do with 2 fairy charms unless it's just there for placeholder?
That's for the AOE MP5 buff item mana manipulator. Because I think he opened up with a what is it called? He opened up with probably like a ward or something as well. So it was like I could go double fairy charm, ward, and potion.
Top.
And that's actually a pretty common opener actually. Yep, top lanes. There we go. Lokonoka taking some damage. Odd1 though coming in to help as well. V-Man tried to run away, but V-Man has pretty much just been cordoned off. And nice stun. That was a good push from Odd1. That is a very dead V-Man. Reginald picking up that kill there, getting himself No buffs or anything, but certainly a nice kill on the map. Thank you for the call at top. I didn't see that just at that same time, but thank you. Um, double ward off at the dragon almost at the same time as well. Looks like, yeah, Singed and Cho'Gath doing battle. D-Mez has Psy 3 top. Well, you should have bought a ward then. Um, and yeah, a nice free little push here at the top lane. Udyr should be able to farm most of these minions out quite nicely. Doing what he can. Did go Wriggle's Lantern, so he will be going for minion damage and not an Amumu style build where you just build tank and use your skills to get everything. Udyr does have really good base attack speed, so I can see where that would happen, but a lot of people like to just build tank on Udyr and ignore any kind of Madrid's build. But we shall see. Oh, nice. A pink ward from Cho. He will afford back 25 of that gold by killing this green ward. That does, of course, clue in the other team to the fact that they have a pink ward there, which means we're likely to see this vision ward go down soon from Udyr. Probably with a little bit of an entourage to make sure he doesn't get ganked while doing so. Because the worst thing that can happen is dropping a pink ward and then getting pushed away and losing the pink ward immediately. But it looks like they have the map control to know that he is going to be safe. They put a ward up in that brush, and there's the pink ward. They're going to take that one down with no penalty at all. So a good advantage there. That first green ward was going to down regardless. And Cho'Gath actually picking up that kill on Singed at bottom. It looks like he got it solo, which means Singed just made total mistakes in the play there.
Do you want to
To
know what
get the
happened?
kill like that. So I do. Please tell me.
Singed ran right by the creep wave, back behind the tower, picked up all the creeps, ran to the tower, and Cho basically just last shot him, and the tower killed him. I have no idea what he was doing.
Wow. Yeah. So it's kind of cool that he was forcing a push by doing that minion kill thing. But oh man, I'm gonna laugh if he gets past this tower. It was close. If he had raked Turtlemore, he would have gotten past the tower and then gotten a no assisted kill right there. That was actually really close. Um, yeah, I think if his runes and masters were different, he might have just done it. So, um, anyway, yeah. So some cool stuff going on. Rise missing that last hit right there. Gonna do what he can to get some gold. Yeah, there's the rune prison kill right there. So, but because of that kill, it looks like they are ready to go. They got the earlier kill on Singed, and Singed is coming back now, but they got that kill as well on Udyr, and they have an uncontested dragon kill right now, even though it's warded. The pink ward sees them, and they just don't care because they got the advantage. Even with wards, you can dragon because of other advantages that you get throughout the game. So, Team SoloMid, though, despite losing first blood, are up 3-1 and a dragon, and they're kind of getting themselves ready for the final game. It seems they're doing a very good job of pushing right on through.
I'm still a little confused as to exactly what Singed was trying to do after jumping through a tower only to come back to it and die. But then almost immediately we had Udyr kind of do the same thing, just try to run through a tower to another one. I know he was trying to deny himself, but I mean, the odds were not that good. Up top, though, we do have Udyr. He's going to come back here. Loco is going to be using that flash, and I think he's not using that ghost. He does have Tailwind. It's not going to be enough, though. The Phoenix and the Fire, of course, with a little bit of help from Rise, he does go down. So a little bit of that talk earlier about getting ganked. Well, he got ganked, and Ghetto Fabulous definitely bringing up that. He has himself that Wriggle's Lantern, and that's going to put Reginald up top because he has to cover that lane now. Again, he went with a Rod of Ages, kind of like the first game we saw him in.
Yeah, I'm sure he believes that it's a strong build, and I think certainly he's giving this team enough respect that he's not doing a troll build by any means. I mean, just as a personal preference, I don't find that to be an efficient build. But he believes that he's a strong player. Whatever, sure. Oh, but a giant burst off of the V-Man, and V-Man might just live anyway. He will dodge some of that damage output. Reginald will have more cooldowns up very shortly. But the one good thing he has, though, is he's got minions on his side. Oh, can he do it? Can he get this kill? V-Man, come on, one more! Oh, he will die, but Ghetto Fabulous is ready, and he's ghosted, but there's no way he's getting out of this. There's no way. There's no way. Yep, nice. That was amazingly good play from V-Man. Reginald did not get enough damage output there. Oh man, that's just funny to me.
Well,
So, all right, Reginald, picks up the kill, but dies right after. V-Man is getting those kill counts up, and you knew it was going to happen too. There was a very good job, by the way, by their support by I believe it was Tarek carrying the Clairvoyance. Yeah, Tarek dropping that Clairvoyance meant that minions could always see into the brush and keep hitting Malzahar. That was absolutely the right thing to do. That was really good play. It was a really good job not panicking by V-Man because he turned back around and waited for cooldowns in the other brush, and that bought him enough time to burst Rise again. or burst Malzahar again as Rise, obviously, um, and that worked quite well for him. This is gonna be a free little minion kill there. Yeah, it doesn't really matter that show hit him. And as soon as Singe hits 10, he'll be pretty high up on health. So let's see. Urgot doing what Urgot does best, firing some crab missiles. We'll be able to spam down on an opponent. Of course, does not have a lot of bonus health. No real armor or MR gains to speak of. I believe he's got MR per level blues as an interesting choice right there. So that's kind of a cool little pickup. But yeah, Rise with 1600 health and a lot of resists. These actually, that could look like Aegis, because I don't know what the no magic. I guess it could make Merc Treads, but this is part of Frozen Heart. But it's like a late part of Frozen Heart because he needs like a chain vest to build that. So I mean, he might be wearing Aegis, which seems odd, but I mean, could happen. But I feel like that's Tarek or Udyr's job. Udyr's going Zerk Greaves. Now that I feel is a big mistake. I don't like non-tank Udyr. He'll just start melting later on in this game. Um, he's certainly doing a very good job of ganking it. Okay, here we go. They're gonna go for it. They're gonna jump onto Reggie. Reggie has no summoner, so here they go. And yes, there is a stun. Oh, they stacked the stuns, which is a mistake, but it's gonna be okay. They're gonna get. I can speak English. They're gonna get the kill regardless. Yes, I'm gonna have a soundboard on that, I'm sure. But anyway, so it was a very tiny mistake in that they stacked their stuns up together, but of course did not matter. They got the kill without any recourse from the other team, so it's 4-4 now. OhGodBears has tied up the champion kills, and they are just basically out ganking their opponents. As Udyr, despite the nerfs to Locket and whatnot, is still, of course, an extremely potent champion, and is just a very strong ganker. And we kind of saw that here, where he basically just caused lots of awesome things to happen, and is just killing lots of dudes.
Well, that's another
So
kill.
Zarellia still chilling with that rejuvenation. Go for it, yeah.
It's another kill on Reginald, and I'm just not sure he's actually that interested in trying to take the exhaust seriously. I mean, you did say they stacked the stuns, which probably would have been fine, but I mean, I think he's died both times simply because of exhaust. I mean, up top with V-Man, he easily had that, but exhaust and all that extra damage that the minions dealt to him, it really brought him down, and he did die again in the mid, exhaust being used after the double stun. So I'm not sure he's going to be able to play quite as offensively as he wants to this game, simply because we do have quite a few exhausts in around the spot.
Yeah, there's actually an old adage among top players back when All or Nothing was the team to beat. It was like, if you want to beat Reginade, just gank him and make him angry, and then you will lose the game. Because all players are have emotions in the game at somewhat, and it sort of brought that back to my mind is because they've been ganking Reginald really heavily. Is that like it used to be the way to beat the team was just gank Reginade all game, and then he's gonna start being angry and start like trying to get kills to equal himself back out, and he would make mistakes that way. And I don't know if that's still the case. Of course, he's been around for another year since then, and probably learned a lot more about League of Legends. But you never know. It could always be a strategy where they're like, let's always try to find Reginald and kill him, and then that's going to be our ticket to winning the game. And there's certainly, they are down a dragon, but the dragon is back up. They have a ward on it again. Although TSM is ready for this. Rye is still fighting Urgot up top, and that's probably fine to keep that going. Because I think they'd rather 4v4 and keep Urgot away, because I think Urgot's mechanics are more useful to a large team fight right now than Ryze's are. But Urgot's actually going down towards the bottom. V-Man knows this and is actually following him now across the map. And they will not be able to initiate all Dragon without having a 5v5. We see Cho back at bottom lane. That's going to be pretty much a safe Singe, but they're going to drop some more Poison Trail down. There's going to be a lot more free minion kills using the Singe Poison Trail, just farming up across the map, getting lots of gold. And 117 kills on Malzahar, but 131 on. I mean, basically they're winning in minions right now. It's 131, 134, then 133, 119 are the top scores. Look at that. 4 members of the team are above 100. Now, granted, the odd one and Urgot are close, but minion gold is in OhGodBears' favor. They have more minion gold. They have equal champion kills plus a first blood bonus. They're up a tower almost. They almost have mid tower, but they're down 1 dragon, and they forced the reset of the dragon. So OhGodBears actually in really good shape right now. They're actually in wonderful shape. And this is going to be very dangerous. They're not pulling Rise or Aurelia over. They could pitch down on Team SoloMid there. They knew Cho was bottom, and the rest of them could have got there and made it a 5v4. And at worst, forced Flash, but at best, got another free kill. And I feel like that was probably the play to make.
Well, hindsight is 2020, so maybe we will see some more aggressive play coming down the line. Singed is just going to be eating up all these minions at Poison Gas, doing good stuff. But now that we have no ward here at Dragon, I'm not too sure there's too much that OhGodBears is going to be able to do about it. It goes down virtually uncontested. There's a giant eyeball watching them. It's not the Tower of Sauron, but it is going to say, okay, well, this dragon's down. I'm up to 380 now for the global gold, so 2 dragons above OhGodBears, and well, they took it in pretty convincing fashion there.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, just the teamwork, of course, doing quite well for TSM. Reginade being actually a very experienced team leader. I was talking earlier about the team he used to run back in 2009, 2010, All or Nothing, and so he's very used to making the calls and making the game happen. And oh man, look at this! Already jumping onto him past the tower, and look at that damage output, just completely crushed from full health. Aurelia saying, "Hey, I have Trinity Force and you have no mana. I'm just gonna blow you up at your tower." And now this Udyr jumping in there. He does have. Oh, he's going for a Zeal, interestingly enough. And oh, that's a Janna shield. But you know what? Screw it. They're going for the tower anyway. That will drop down off of duration. And there we go, 150 global gold. And there's an 0 or a 3 death Malzahar, 2 and 3 Malzahar. So they're now up a tower and up a kill. This is going quite well for them. OhGodBears is if they're behind, not by much. And I see this going quite well. So Singed will pop his ultimate. He could jump onto this Janna. He will, of course, Poison Trail all these minions down. This will be a nice, easy push there for OhGodBears. The Odd One is here, and their minions are about to be gone, so Odd One can actually push them all into the turret and ult them. But yeah, it's not really worth it, of course. Singed is a little bit too tanky for that to really be effective. Singed does have a Rod of Ages, who's got some ability power to his name. That's what it takes for 1 minute so far. And Udyr fighting Cho'Gath, and this Cho has, Glacial Shroud. He's going to be very durable. He could go Bear Stance again and drop that down, but will not. Rise will probably top. Orgot's going to come join him pretty shortly. And let's look back at the score tab again, and we've got just so much gold. Now, finally, Cho'Gath is the top minion score in this game. It's not surprising to see tanks farm really heavily. Oddwa dropping a pink board over at Dragon. The Dragon will respawn at 26 minutes, about 3 seconds shy of that. So we've got another 4 minutes till the Dragon. Of course, a 1 tower advantage for OhGodBears. I feel like the global gold, of course, definitely in favor of Team SoloMid, but we'll see how this pans out.
Well, I am still sitting here at 380, but both lanes, all 3 lanes actually, are just kind of in farm mode right now. Aurelia is just kind of covering the mid. We do got Rise still trading blows up here with Loco, who's gone Brutalizer for the armor penetration, and he also has himself a Mana Mune. Now, on the flip side, Rise there, he has himself a Tear of the Goddess, so he may or may not be going for the AP equivalent of the Mana Mune, whose name escapes me right now. But, I mean, this all kind of fits in with the new Rise setup, right?
Archangels is uncommon. Actually, no, VMAT actually does go Mana Mune late. He actually does. He actually he has an advertised build where he basically does last slot Mana Mune because he's gonna have like 6,000 mana. That plus 120 AD allows him to push towers because while AP scales off tower damage, getting AP gives you damage to towers. Mana does not, and since he has to build mana, he basically goes last out of Mana Mune and just sits there with the Tear of the Goddess the entire time, which is it's gold efficient just as the Tear of the Goddess, obviously. Because of all the mana you get. I think kind of showing up with a late Mana Mune just to fight. Oh, this is bad. Oh, they don't have Taric. It's a 4v3, and this is so bad. Looks like VMAT going to go down. Rise is dead, and so is Udyr. 2 unanswered kills because they do not have the rest of the team. As Singed was fighting Cho'Gath bottom, which is fine. That's a wash. But Taric was stuck in mid doing nothing and actually needing some levels. He's only level 8. And yeah, that was really good play where they had a bunch of guys stuck up here and they were like pincer, and it was great play there. So this Aurelia probably cannot save this tower. I think the Odd One is too tanky and there's too much crowd control there. Aurelia will be forced back. So we now have a 1 kill advantage for Team SoloMid, The tower kills are now equalized, and it's just a dragon advantage now.
Well, if you saw how all that came to
So Solo
be,
mid now just
Udyr
getting, yeah,
did
go for it.
jump up there with Ghost, because he was going up there with Rise as well as Aurelia, and they were trying to catch this Loco. Now, they did throw down that giant eyeball, trying to catch him behind the tower, and that's why everyone started coming up top to help him out. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out for them. They started to back. By then, Solo Mid was already in position, and just two quick deaths, as you saw.
Yeah, so we do have the goal of respawning though on OhGodBears' side. So they will probably go for that pretty shortly. They'll probably give it. I mean, it could be pretty good on Aurelia. Actually, be really good on Rise for obvious reasons. But Rise has his Frozen Heart now. That's good. It's really good news for him. He has a Elixir of Brilliance as well. He will be able to build Banshees pretty soon. Looks like he will turn these into Mercury Treads, most likely. And he's just right now just chilling, with 3,000 mana, doing a ton of damage with these abilities, um, and just ready to take some names. So I think they're gonna have to back off now. This is gonna be a little bit dangerous. I mean, if he can land the skill shot, they can maybe get the push. Oh, completely whiffed it. Thinks he got. I think he expected to get juked, and of course did not. He just juked himself. But ward control there with the Oracle's Elixir, and the cool thing is like they see the entire OhGodBears team because of this ward right here. Of course, it will time out now, but it's a nice 5v5 at bottom lane, and this is gonna look good for SoloMid. So let's see what they can do.
Well, the answer looks like they're just backing off at this point. They are kind of split, and we do got two going back to the mid, and we do have two going back up to the jungle. Giant eyeball by this dragon, so they want. So right now, I mean, oh God, bears, they really don't want to be a miss of that dragon kill that's going to go down, but it's not going to happen right now. Rise is just going to say hello to Cho, and the Mummy actually has finished up that Banshee's Veil, and even with that Heart of Gold, the Treads, he's sitting very nicely on big tank stats.
Yeah, absolutely. So looks like ooh, they seem to find Baltar out of position. They're gonna go for this, but there was a ward, so it's gonna be very precarious. Oh, Urgot was up top, so Malzahar's coming down. But I think they have the deeps for it. They do. They're gonna get the dragon. Very good job. It's pretty sneaky. And if they get their positioning right, they can jump Malzahar and just completely crush this. And right now, this is a ghosted Aurelia. She should be able to catch up. She does have a Trinity Force. Oh, she actually just could have straight jumped Malzahar. She was faster than Malzahar. Um, I mean, 450 move speed with just without Ghost on. She was another half second from jumping Malz and stunning him. And honestly, that was worth it. Like, she would not die to a Malzahar combo. There's no way. She's too durable. Um, and then the rest of the team would have followed up, and they would have blown up Malz. And honestly, like, this Urgot does some damage, but not enough to really matter, I don't think. And here's another one where Sage is getting the full force of the enemy team and does go down. Just a full out, just like full team 4 second long Singed combo. And they did get that kill. They are now up 2 champion kills, which is nice for them. They're really trying to keep the tower alive, but will not be able to do so. So now a 1 tower, 2 kill, 1 dragon advantage for Team SoloMid. All the major factors are in their favor right now. So SoloMid doing a very good job of this game. They have a little bit better ward control as well. And this is just looking better and better for that team.
Yeah, SoloMid, pressing their advantage. 7-5 now. I got myself 680 global gold, so they're sitting good. It is unfortunate that we were not able to, respond to that dragon, but Urgot was way up north, nowhere near to any place to help out. But, I mean, we got a kill out of that, at least 1 kill. Yeah, only 1 kill and a tower. So overall, I think they're pretty happy at that. And back to the laning phase. So the top levels right now is 16 in the game. We got multiple people 16, mostly those solo lanes. Tarek, however, is hanging really back at 9, and that's going to be answered by Chaos playing Janna at 10. So I mean, the supports, they will eventually get there, but they are really, really behind the rest of their teams.
Yeah, that's sort of a standard fare. We have and this actually seems to be a really common play style. Is you actually have a roaming support is what most teams have been doing recently, where you have your tank at bottom. This is how the NA metagame has progressed. Where in EU it says tank solos top, it's mage solos mid, and then a carry dual lanes with a support bottom. Well, now it's a mage or a carry solos top, a mage or a carry solos mid, a tank goes bottom, and the tank ends up soloing bottom because the support goes elsewhere. And so like we've had Shogath and Sin solo the entire game, and you can see that they're among the highest levels. That they're among the highest levels because they've actually been soloing, and it's been a support that's been roaming the entire time. And that's actually a really cool play style. We've got a support and a jungler who can threaten any lane at any time. And I feel like it's only basically map vision and geometry keeping them from getting constant champion kills. Where you should, if you don't see them coming and all that, you're able to get a lot of pain done.
It's not exactly a new strategy either. The other games of the genre, Dota, Heroes of Newerth, I mean, roaming supports are definitely something very common there, so it's not exactly a new concept. I'm waiting until tri-lanes become super viable
Oh,
here
sure.
in League of Legends.
Yeah, right. Although right now juggling is such a huge advantage, it's hard to really want to do that. You give up a lot of potential gank power. But certainly, like running a tri-lane top can just overpower anyone. And well, they do have ward control now over the Baron. I don't know why they dropped the pink ward when they had an Oracle's right there, but they're actually on the Baron, and no one on TSM knows. Oh, you got to be kidding me! They don't know at all. They're still at the right hand side of the map. They completely
I
stuck
got
Baron.
no pings.
Completely. Oh man, they didn't even, they had no idea. Beautiful play from OhGodBears. They're right back in this game. 640 global gold. I'm pretty sure I caught up with you now. A lot of damage going
Hmm.
off with that Trinity Force proc hitting that Janna pretty low. Um, this is good. Oh no, Regiment has found Vivan. Vivan gets swapped as well, and he is so incredibly dead. Wow, that's painful. So a quick answer there from Team SoloMid. 3 kill advantage, but still there is a Baron buff. That's always good. Um, this Singed will want to push down on these minions as hard as he can. Malzahar, of course, with Golem up, is going to be spamming those ground AoEs. Oh, Udyr soloing top, though. Has gotten a tower kill. Cho'Gath there leaving to reinforce. That's a really good play where, they're like, okay, well, we're going to get pushed on. We've got to be careful. Go send Udyr to do something crazy. And actually, the 2 towers dead at top is really, really good. Because, like, I really like how this is set up. Because this entire line down the map right here, no control. And it's just like 60% of the way, 70% of the way down the map, there's no control from SoloMid. And what that means is that they can basically they can basically shove this lane up top and shove minions at it, which will require someone go back here and farm the experience. Which means you have a tower way over here, which is completely killable. Because it's just completely open, and honestly, like, they're just going for it right now, because, again, top was shoved, people had to go back to the base, and it's just like this completely open tower that's just available. And so when you want to gimmick a tower, you want to get an inner tower. Because now you basically give these outer ones just completely free reign. And so you look at, they've got 2 towers lost, but they've got 4 towers killed. They are down, I believe, 1 dragon. The next one should be spawning fairly soon. Um, but they've got a Baron to their name, so huge advantages to Team OhGodBears. They're down 3 kills, but that's it. It's the only thing they're down on. And I really think that, like, it's interesting because their carries of the game are a mage carry and a melee DPS. They don't actually have a conventional ranged auto attacker. And even Team SoloMid doesn't have a conventional ranged auto attacker. They've got Urgot chilling over here, being a crab guy really, and not being a conventional carry type. All right, so a new ward has gone down right here. They've already spotted it, so that will be an Oracle's kill on that ward. Bam, bam, bam. 25 gold for Tarek. And, oh man, they do see Team SoloMid. This is going to be precarious. And wow, they already sucked the dragon in the meantime, though. So that's pretty good play. Alright, well, this is actually really good for them. They swap Stitch, but they don't get anything for it. This is their time to initiate. I really think they should go for this. Oh wait, but they have Udyr pushing top. Just kidding. Yeah, they should go for this because they have a 5v4 in their hands. But Udyr pushing top. Gonna shove that already up into the tower. Wow, he's just really going for it. Trinity Force putting out that damage, and they're really just saying hello to them at top. This is really good. And Reginald, he can't even initiate the fight because he's against Banshee's Veil. Wow. Oh man, but they do jump onto Tarek, and Amumu is in there as well. That's the ultimate. V-Man and Cutie Pie are up in that place, and they're trying to run away, but that is another death they've been forced to suffer. They're trying to run away as best they can. Udyr does make it out. Rise a little bit scary. If Cho lands a rupture, he's going to be in pain, and I think he will. No, he whips the rupture. And actually, Manjivel came up just in time anyway, so all's well that ends well, I guess. They did lose a kill, but they did get a little bit of tower damage. Udyr actually ran all the way towards the right-hand side, got some free damage on that tower as well. I actually kind of like this Udyr that's just pushing towers all game. I think it's working really well for them. It's a good play style, and it seems to be very successful. Yeah, he's playing a very... English, go. He's playing Harass Udyr. And he gets a lot of move speed with Bear Stance. He's got 500 move speed with Bear Stance. None of the people on SoloMid can chase that. So as long as he doesn't get caught by Swap or by Malzahar, he's pretty much good to go. And I'm pretty sure he does have Ghost. So yeah, that's wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of mega kills. They're doing all kinds of unconventional things by taking these weird off carries. And it's weird to see. I feel like you should go Sunfire next in a way. Like that's kind of the item to get. Or Randuin's, but he's got, I guess, 3,000 health and pretty decent tank stats. He's not an easy target. I guess the Wriggles gave him good armor, and so did the Banshees will give him MR. So yeah, he's pretty beefy. So we'll see how this plays out. Unfortunately, the dodge means nothing for him because Urgot is almost entirely spell-based, even though he's physical damaged. So we'll see how this plays out. This could go a lot of really interesting ways. Wizard buff goes to Amumu. Udyr has been found, but will not die, of course. Urgot and, Singed and Rise will pick up a turret, a ward kill up in the middle of the map. Golem getting taken down by TSM. Malzahar getting that kill. Good play. They do find a ward, but they can't go for it. Oh, they will go for it. But they are afraid of TSM's initiate. This is dangerous for Udyr. Udyr, yeah, there it is. Good play. Pops the Banshee's Veil with Malefic Visions. Pops the ultimate on. That was a silly mistake from from Udyr to stay around that long when he knew they were nearby. That was just a huge mistake, and it's going to give basically a free tower to Team SoloMid. But oh, this is smart. They're going for the free tower, but Singed is pushing mid. And Rise will come help for that as well. So they will lose the bottom tower. That is bad. Aurelia and Tarek can maybe AoE the next minion wave, but Singed will go for this tower kill here and will definitely pick it up. Rise will recall. Urgot's coming to support mid, but yeah, they will lose the second bottom turret most definitely. The team is not ready to defend that. Rise will pick up this mid tower. So they lost 2 towers, and they were going to lose those 2 towers, but they got one in response, which only still gives them a 1 turret advantage. And already they're knocking on the front door, and unless they react to this really quickly, they're going to lose a 3rd turret as well. There's so much damage coming out from Malzahar. He's got so much ability power. And yeah, there we go. They're jumping out of the odd one, which is really the wrong choice. They need to fight when the turret is still up. They need the damage output, and they're jumping onto the odd one super hard. There's the stun, and the Malzahar goes off. And oh no, Jonna actually saves Aurelia! And here we go. The damage output is immense on Malzahar. Malzahar goes down, Singed in the middle of everyone, and there's the fling! And that fling means a dead Jonna, and he's not done yet. He's still trying to chase down. And that is a ghosted Cho'Gath, so he will not get any further damage output, but Jonna basically just saved them with oh, Baron's up! You're kidding me! Oh, the one time to not overcommit is Baron is up. Oh, wow. This is looking bad for them. So Cho will go bottom. This is the right play from Cho. He will take that turret. It's worth it to get Baron and lose the turret, but Cho is definitely going to get a free turret kill for this. They need someone to defend that. 1,540 global gold. What are you at?
1320.
All right, yeah. So the global gold advantage just slightly for OhGodBears. They are wearing a nice buff right now, the Baron buff. This Urgot will be forced out by Singed. Singed will run in as fast as he can. And actually, with Udyr in tow, this is a dead Urgot. There's no way they save this. Unless some giant mistake is made, there's no way they save this. Look at that. So much damage. They will kill Lokodoko. And honestly, a 5v4 with Baron buff means they can push. They can go for bottom. They can send one person mid to keep that tower from dying in case they go for it. And oh no, Jana DC'd. What is up with people DCing in this game? People are just dying right here. But this is a very good chance at a tower right now. They have 30 seconds on Urgot. Shogat is forced back. Udyr is shoving all the minions away as best he can. This is looking good for the team. And yes, there they go. Malzahar in there though. That's gonna be dangerous. Hey, yeah, there's the ult, and he canceled it. He was afraid of Taric, which he actually rightly should have been, and actually canceled the ultimate because he would have gotten stunned. Now Chaox is back, or sorry, Chaox. Actually, to be fair, that didn't affect the tower at all. That tower was going down regardless of that tower was going down regardless of the DC. They only had 4 members there, and that was a backdoor as it was. So that was just a good play from OhGodBears, and they are ready to take on a 5v5, and they have gotten all the outside towers. They have 3 inhibitor towers left, and look at that Urgot just being Rambo all over the place. That is such powerful play. Just getting free damage up, but of course with that Trinity Force, every stance trigger is going to give him another 100, basically 70 extra damage. And KX actually DCing again. Okay, this one actually is unfortunate, but again, the minion waves are all shoved back, and they have Baron buff. TSM does not have control of this game at all, and I think there's nothing that they can be doing right now aside from camping their base. So it's actually kind of one of the better timed DCs because there's nothing that TSM can be doing anyway. Obviously, it's better to not have your support play disconnect, but all these advantages that OhGodBears are building right now are irrelevant to the DC. Um, and he's back as it is. I think it was just a minor issue. He's got oracles. He's got another Kindle Gem, so he's going to be going for either Spirit Visage or Shurelia's Reverie. I don't know which, but we will soon see. This Cho'Gath. Wow. Force of Nature, Frozen Heart, and Banshee's Veil. I would get a Sunfire Cave next. And let's see how this pans out. They're going to get a nice little Lizard buff off onto Locodoco's Urgot. Let's see what they can do. The thing is, like, neither team has that burst of damage output outside of Malzahar. Oh, they've got a good initiate right here. They could have jumped on him hard, but they had no, if they had Singed, that was game over. If Singed happened to be mid, I know they went in because they saw Singed top, but if Singed were mid, it was game over right there. They would have jumped right on Reginald, and they would have completely just stomped them the rest of that game. But Udyr continued to backdoor top, just being so annoying this game. Really interesting play by him, but oh no, here they go, here's the fight. They've jumped right in there, and they've got to be really careful. There's the Omimu ultimate, but damage is coming on there. Oh, a perfect stun from Udyr, managing to not get knocked back at all, and there's the Chana shield onto himself, but Reginald by himself gets dropped down by V-Man, and Locodoco going down as well. That is 3 kills unanswered, and off they go. There's a Cho'Gath getting slowed down by Aurelia, and more damage coming on here, and oh, that is a dead Cho'Gath, and they are now onto the inhibitor turret. OhGodBears have pushed themselves onto the inhibitor turret. There's only one person left standing for Team SoloMid, but they do not have minion support, but they might be taking enough to not care. They will drop this inhibitor down, and they are going to go onto the Nexus turrets now. And right away, GetAFabulous just taking the damage output. Building another Zeal. He's really just building boost speed. That is a cute build. I've never seen that before. So at first I was going to make fun of him for going Wriggles and Triforce, but this is actually an amazing build for him. This is phenomenal. They've gotten one turret down there on. They already have killed a Moo, but they're onto the second Nexus turret. This could be game. We could actually have a completely different final than people were mostly expecting, and Jarek will actually survive that final turret shot, and they're onto the Nexus. And I don't think they can stop them. The Nexus will fall, and OhGodBears will actually make it to the grand finals over Team SoloMid. And oh man. Oh, no one was expecting that one, were you?
Remember,
I bet not, so.
remember we were talking about those
go,
upsets? Yeah.
I called it. We were not going to see CLG 2-0 SoloMid at the end because SoloMid is not going to make it. I didn't want to say, like, SoloMid is not going to make it because they're good, but, like, I knew something was going to happen. I knew it. And there it is. So, let me go ahead and start counting some kills. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to get an update on how Lightning has played and everyone else because there are some kills. So,